Are you ready to face your financial future with integrity and dignity?
So joining us now is Dave Reichelt, a former KPVI fame. He's now with Nationwide Insurance Agencies, an agency owner. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I love the show. You guys are great.
A lot of people are freaked out about retirement because they are not ready. Is that not true?
Well, you know, I think it's almost a case of denial sometimes. You know, it's like, I'm not sure how much money I need to have to retire, so I'll worry about it in a while. And then the next thing you know, you're 45, and then you're 50, and then you're 55, and maybe your bank account doesn't quite have enough in it. So that's what we're trying to do, is trying to help people think about it and take some action now. Or if they're in retirement now, what they can do to kind of help things along to make sure they don't run out of money.
Yeah.
So is there a magic number to how much we need saved up to, I mean, not just, we're not talking enjoying retirement, we're just talking to survive.
Right. There's, well, we like to start with this one kind of math formula, and maybe we'll pop it up here. And if you take 2 people, the number 2, which is 2 people eating 3 meals a day, $5 per meal for a year, and then times that by 20, that alone, $219,000. That's just for you and your spouse to eat for 20 years in retirement.
That's just
and
for
$5 a meal. That's even a pretty basic meal there.
That's lots of value menus. So.
Yeah, that's a lot of value, man. And maybe some ramen noodles in there or something. But really, so that kind of gets things started.
Okay.
That just is a number to get things started, just to realize, wow, that number's probably pretty big. And so then
lots of zeros behind that.
What we like to do, and what will help tonight and this week with our seminars, is to help you figure out what that number is for you. So we'll take into account how much you're making now and your standard of living and how you want to live in retirement. And then factors in like inflation, and you'll have your house maybe paid off by then and those types of things. So how much money you'll need and how we come up with that number. And then also, how do you not outlive it?
Yeah.
You know, people are living longer these days, and the last thing you want to do is outlive those bucks. So what products are out there to make sure that I don't outlive it? And then the financial hazards of retirement include health care, and then especially long-term care. The numbers say right now 1 out of 2 Americans are going to need long-term care. And then if you're 65 right now, that number increases to 70% chance that you'll need long-term care at some point. And the day Matt and I were talking right before this, I mean, if you full-fledged on long-term care, that's about $6,500 to $7,000 a month.
Is there an age too young to come to this seminar?
No.
Or is it okay if you're 22 and you just got out of college? It might not be a bad idea to
No, it's not a bad idea, too. I mean, obviously, we probably target this to a little bit older audience, maybe you're 35, 40 years old and above. But no, if you want to start to kind of figure out things about retirement, the best thing to do is to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And in fact, the last thing that we say in our seminar is take action now. You know, whether it's to come see somebody like us at Nationwide Insurance, we're also bringing an estate planner to this as well, to start thinking about not just getting your estate ready, but what about if you or your spouse gets in a situation where you're on life support, and what would you need to do in that case, or if how to figure things out that way. So there's a lot of things to think about for young couples or single men or women, but to kind of get things going and start thinking about it now. And that's really what the whole gist of this is about.
So when is the seminar coming up, and how much does it cost to attend?
Well, it costs nothing to attend, but we're tonight at 7 o'clock at Grace Lutheran Church in Pocatello, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday night, we're also at 7 o'clock at the Red Line in Pocatello. So
should people call and kind of make a reservation, or just show up? Or
232-DAVE is the number, 232-3283 if you want to ask more questions about it, but please just show up, and we'd love to have you.
All right.
Very
fantastic.
good.
Dave,
Mr.
thank you so
Reichelt.
much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's great. It's like old times.
I know.
Except I'm wearing pants, not shorts.
And still to come on more, enjoy a hot bowl of chili, and how about the ISU Bengal Athletic Boosters at the same time? We'll tell you how next.
Where's Cat?